a ladder checkmate. One of the easiest checkmates you can do in chess is called a ladder mate. So let's start by putting the queen here. King can't come over here, can't touch the pawn. It's pretty much cooked. So now he'll go somewhere. Obviously, you want to move your pawn. There you go. He's going to go somewhere. All right. Obviously, you want to keep going. You want another queen. Got one goal. All right, perfect. So now you get another queen here. You can't go there. You can't put the king to touch the other king, unfortunately.
I was gonna go there and then take her pawn, and then it would almost be a tie.
No, you can't. Well, you can never touch. Kings can never touch because they can't never put itself in check. So a king can never touch each other. I can't go there. There you go. All right. So something we'll work on here is called a ladder mate. Have you ever seen it before? A ladder checkmate is when you have two rooks or two queens. It's like the easiest checkmate to do. Keeps it nice and simple. A great way to start it is obviously just bringing a queen here to cutting off the king. You want to cut the king off to one side or the other. You don't want the king being able to go back and forth either way. So now he only has a couple options here. Okay. Now where would you bring the queen next to cut him off again? If you want to push him this way, where would you bring your queen to push him? Well, you could do that way, but a shorter way would be to push the king this way. Because you have your queen here. So if you're over here, if you come back to here, how can you make a force field to keep pushing the king down another row, down another row, down another row?
I see it. I literally.
Not with that one. I'm thinking you could. There's honestly no wrong answers because eventually you'd win either way. But this is the way that if you see here, if you create these force fields with the queens, you can actually push the king down the road farther. Oh, we got some french fries.
Now I have to try and just drag it out.
Do you see what I mean, though, by cutting him off with the force field? By coming here, all the way down to here, now he can't go that way. He can only go this way. Does that make sense? Yep. So now he is going to go somewhere. So now then how would you check him? Which queen would you use to check him? By going up. There, up. Perfect, right here. Perfect. Yep, now he's in check. Now he's going to go down again. Because he can't go this way. He can't go there. Now how are you going to check him again? This is like a lawnmower. It's like going down the rows. There you go. Now he's going to go down again. So this is like the easiest way to checkmate somebody. And now again. Perfect. Now he's only got one row left to go. He's stuck to the very last row. He's got nowhere else to run, nowhere else to escape, unless he's got a jetpack. But I don't think the king's got no jetpack.
So either way, I'm in checkmate.
Oh yeah. Well, you were cooked. What she has two queens on the board. That's pretty much done in that board.
So I can't move here, right?
No, because only one place to go. No, you can only go one row.
Yes, it goes. I give up. I lost.
She resigns, so obviously then you just keep checking. So that's what's called ladder mate. Anytime you have rooks or queens, and you can just keep pushing row by row by row. That's a really nice, easy way to do a checkmate.
Every move to do better.
I'm going to show you something with stalemate also. So this will be a good little lesson here to do. Where's your king? For example, is that checkmate or not? You sure?
No, just checkmate for her.
Yep. Is that checkmate?
Yep.
They can't move anywhere. Right, exactly. Now, is this checkmate?
No.
Exactly. So how would you, if you're in this situation, how with a rook and just a king, how are you going to try to get him to checkmate? Because obviously he can go over here. One nice way in endgames, if you're ever down to a few pieces, is try to maintain an L distance. When kings are opposite each other, this forces him to go in an area that you want him to. Ideally, right now the reason why this is not checkmate is because he can escape. He can escape here. And we don't want that. We don't want him to escape. We want to trap him. We want to go. So when he goes here, by keeping an L distance between the two kings, you can force him into a corner where you want him to go. By forcing him into a corner, for example, is that checkmate? Yep, it is checkmate because he can't, because now he's stuck. Now there's no other place to escape to. So when you have a rook and a king, you want to try to force your opponent's king to go to the corner. If he's in the corner, he can't escape. That's how it helps. I'll go over a few more if it's checkmates, and then we'll probably call it here. What? Okay. I'll do a couple more lessons on there, and then we'll call it there. But after a while, they can only take so much anyway, so it's like it would take me like weeks to like kind of build it in there. When I was playing chess, like I wanted to play, and after a few hours, you get like tired. So just kind of it dissipates after a while. But I'll show them a couple more checkmate things here. We'll do a couple more things. We'll do a couple more things, and then we'll call it. If you guys are tired, no worries.
Ready?
Looking good. Looking good. Oh wow, this is coming down to the end here. End of the wire. Let me get a little hot. Ooh. That was good.
Okay. So. I'm going to continue. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to continue to add some pressure. Okay.
Center control, great. So right here in this position, this is a great way of like that lesson we did earlier about overloading, like double loading. Obviously, he's got a nice file attacking you right now, but what are you putting pressure on? Like, where would you say is like the most pressure of your pieces?
On this night right here.
Exactly. Now, how many defenders you got on that night?
A few.
A few?
Call them out.
You sure? Point out one of the defenders of that night.
Wait, what do you mean?
Right, you got two pieces attacking this night. Which one of his pieces are defending that night?
This bishop.
Anything else?
Not really.
So you got a 2-on-1. That's what we call overloading a piece. If you can attack something and have it, you want to trade. You want to do it. Now, if I was to take that piece, which piece would you take with, the bishop or the knight?
Probably the bishop.
Bishop? Oh, I forgot that. Why would you take with the bishop?
Because if I take with the bishop and he decides to trade, I create pressure on his queen, so he's forced to move that.
Yep. But what else is also happening in this position? Because you do have a 2-on-1, but remember how we talked about pins? What also is being? What is this? What's behind this knight here?
Queen?
Exactly. So you can never forget about his pin pieces as well. In a perfect world, we like to just take with the knight, take with the bishop. Everything's all hunky dory. But unfortunately, then he's going to come down and like smack you with his bishop over here. Now, one way we can get out of this situation, because you're in a little bit of a predicament. He's got pressure here, got pressure here. One way to get out of a predicament is to trade your way out. And what I mean by that is, if you take with this first, that don't look great, right? That doesn't look ideal because you have something exposed. The reason why it works in this situation, though, is because you're double attacking. So this is how you can trade your way out of a predicament, because you're not going to be able to get one up on him because he's set up well. He's did a good job of getting his rook, his bishop, his pieces attacking you. But you can trade out of this predicament. Anytime there's too much pressure in a position, you want to make sure you trade your way out of the pressure. You don't always want to trade. Sometimes it's good to build the tension and build the pressure. But right now, unfortunately, a lot of things are starting to come under attack with you. If you just start to move this bishop back out of the way, he's just got way too much pressure coming down at you to attack, and your queen can't defend it all. That's why I recommend try to trade your way out of this pressure here if you can.
So, like you said, right, that would be a move. Or something like this.
So now what can you do, my man? So now it actually worked out in your favor.
Right.
There you go.
Yep. There you
Nice,
go.
and you're all good because you're all castled. Thank God you castled. Because you castled, he can't do any funny business coming down here. But you found the right way to trade. If you just moved the bishop or if you had moved the knight without realizing why you're moving the knight, you would have lost the queen. So it's always good to make sure you trade out in a proper way. Taking one piece with one piece is not always equal. It might look similar, but there's very big consequential differences between them.
So if I were to
I'm just going to So what we talked about earlier, like development, right? Trying to get our pieces out. I understand why you put that bishop there. I mean that pawn there because you wanted to take away his bishop. Unfortunately, though, it blocks in your knight from developing easily. So you don't always need to just attack a piece, because if you attack a piece, you can just move back. You don't want to just always do these one-move attacks. If we just do one-move attacks, that's just wasting time. So it's not the end of the world, because you'll eventually be able to develop. But how can we start, like, maybe developing some more of your pieces here? Like, your bishop's blocked in there, your knight's blocked in there, your rook's not having fun, whereas he's got these two pretty powerful bishops on both sides just laser beaming down at you. He did give up a knight, though, I see, to do so. But you gave him, okay, so he gave up a knight to do so. So at least you do have a material advantage. If you have a material advantage, then it's actually on him. I didn't see that. So anytime if you're up material, it's on you. It's basically you're the one that needs to keep the pressure up. Because you can afford to take it slow because you're up material. You can afford to exchange. Never trade pieces when you're down material. You always want to exchange pieces if you're up material. So, for example, he does not want to trade. So maybe a one good move would be something like this. Trying to force some trades here, or developing a piece, try to trade some more pieces here. Any way you can try to force trades and open up a bishop. I really like this, because not only does this help maybe make a trade, get your knight into the middle of the board, it helps open up your bishop as well. But that's all up to you. But just know that trading when you're up material is not bad. That can only ever help you, because you go down more to the game, you got an extra knight and he doesn't. It's going to get harder and harder for him to kind of come back with down a knight. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm definitely going to give you these, my man, too. This is going to help you for chess in the future. If you want to read them, there's some fun little games and stuff in there you can play, but I definitely recommend reading these. Not right now, but now after when you go home this week, because I know you're tired.
I'm probably gonna forget it.
You going to forget? Don't forget. I'll give you one of these, too, as well for you, just so you can see and everything like that.
That play was a while ago.
So this week they have like a field trip week. So like no lesson plans, but they have to require.
Yes, I know. Okay,
So I'm gonna start getting rid of some of these for them and stuff like that. I'm gonna give them these for lessons. For you guys, some of the more people that play more, I'm gonna give you guys my coaches like pamphlet there at the end if you want to see it there. Yeah.
I always wanted this.
You were also asking me about finding checkmates. I'll show you here on this part. You guys keep playing there, but you were asking about checkmates and stuff. To find checkmates, you always want to look for squares where only the king defends it. So like in this situation, what square here does only the king on black defend?
Who defends the?
This one? Yep. It's like, how would you go about checkmating somebody? Like one of the most famous checkmates in history, the Scholar's Mate. How would you go about like maybe developing that checkmate there? You can come over here, David.